This cookie takes everything we love about banana bread: the soft texture, warm spices, and nostalgic flavor, and bakes it into a thick New York-style cookie with a gooey center. We're starting with the filling, since it needs time to freeze before we assemble the cookies. First, melt 10 grams of unsalted butter in a small pan over medium heat. A small amount of butter is all we need to help the banana caramelize without becoming greasy. Once melted, add 60 grams of ripe banana, 15 grams of brown sugar, and a pinch of cinnamon. This mixture will cook down into a soft, sticky caramelized banana. We're going to let it bubble gently for about 2 to 3 minutes, stirring occasionally, until the banana is softened and slightly golden. We're not making a jam here, we're just creating a flavor base that's rich and naturally sweet. We're then going to take the pan off the heat and let the mixture cool. While that's cooling, mix together 60 grams of softened cream cheese and 6 grams of icing sugar. Then pour the banana mixture over the top and mix that in. The cream cheese adds tang and creaminess, giving us that cheesecake-like filling that melts beautifully in the center of the cookie. Once smooth, either pipe or scoop teaspoon-sized dollops onto a tray lined with baking paper. I spread them out into a disc shape. Freeze them for at least 30 minutes or until they're firm. This freezing process helps the filling hold its shape during baking, so we get that perfect gooey center without it all leaking out. Now we'll move on to the dough. Start by creaming together 115 grams of unsalted butter, 100 grams of brown sugar, and 25 grams of white sugar until smooth. Here, the brown sugar adds moisture and chewiness, while the white sugar helps the structure and those crisp edges you expect to see in a New York-style cookie. Next, mix in 1 egg, 60 grams of mashed ripe banana, and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Once that's incorporated, add the dry ingredients to the wet, and mix just until everything comes together. We then want to fold in 75 grams of white chocolate chips and 50 grams of chopped walnuts. Once the dough is mixed, divide it into 6 equal portions and roll each into a ball. Place the dough balls on a tray and refrigerate for 30 to 60 minutes. Chilling at this stage helps firm up the dough and makes it much easier to handle for stuffing. Once chilled, flatten each dough ball into a disc and place one of the frozen cream cheese fillings in the center. Wrap the dough around the filling and seal it completely, making sure the filling is fully enclosed. Place the filled dough balls onto a baking tray lined with baking paper and chill again for another 30 to 60 minutes before baking. This final chill helps the cookies keep their thick shape in the oven and prevents the filling from leaking. You then want to bake them in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 14 minutes. The edges should be golden, but the centers will still look slightly soft. That's what you want. Let them cool on the tray for 10 minutes to finish setting before moving them. And there you have it. banana bread inspired loaded cookies stuffed with caramelized banana cream cheese. I'll leave all the measurements down below so you can bake these yourself. Like, comment, or subscribe if you want more yummy bakes like this.